Hello and welcome to the studio where we produce Let the Bible Speak each week here in South Alabama. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what we do in here in just a moment. But I'm also here to tell you about an exciting project that is getting off the ground and the wheels are turning, and you may be able to be of invaluable assistance to this project. And I'll tell you what it is and how you can help here in just a moment. But first, let me tell you where we are. This is a fairly new facility that we built a little over a year ago, and David Killingsworth and I come in here each week and we record a new episode, if you want to call it, of Let the Bible Speak. I began preaching on television in 1997 and preached for 11 years on TV here in South Alabama, preached in Mississippi for a couple of years on television, and also in North Louisiana, Southern Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas. All of those years we have been involved in producing a Let the Bible Speak television program. During most of that time, we have used a television station or video production company, gone in and paid by the hour to go in and use their studio and produce a program. And we work with some great people who just bent over backwards to accommodate us and help us out. But you know, the bottom line is that when you're paying an outside company to do something like that, you're very limited. You have a very small window of time to come in and do what you need to do, and then your time is up. And all through the years, we thought what a great thing it would be if we had our own facility, a broadcast quality facility, where we're able to produce a program that would just have high production value, where we would have the resources to be able to incorporate a lot of things in the program that would make it look good and polished and make it as edifying as it can possibly be. And where we weren't under the constraint of time, we could come in and take as much time as we needed to produce a new program. And so the idea was born to, at some point, build this studio, and things fell into place where we were able to do that here within the last year and a half or so. Now, if your congregation would like to get involved in airing Let the Bible Speak in your local television market, David and I will be happy to help. If you get in touch with me, I'll let you know how we can make that happen, and exactly how we do it, and what we do, and how the workflow goes. And so get in touch with me, and we'll talk about that if that's something that you would be interested in your in the work of your local congregation. But now, when we built the studio, we really had more than one objective in mind. One was to produce Let the Bible Speak, but another was to be able to produce all kinds of multimedia resources that churches could obtain or individuals could obtain to use as they see fit in evangelism, spreading the word and the growth of the church, and that sort of thing. And like brethren have written tracts down through the years and made those tracts available to congregations to distribute as they see fit. Well, that's what we're trying to do, but just in a digital format. And we have a lot of projects in mind that we hopefully, the Lord willing, want to get to over the next few years. And we'll be telling you more about those as the days go by, as the months go by, and those things become available. But one of the things that we're ready to get started on right away was an idea that I began to have in about 2007. You've no doubt read or probably read Brother Ronnie Wade's excellent books, The Sun Will Shine Again Someday, Footprints in the Sands of Time, anecdotal histories of the one-cup non-Sunday school churches of Christ, particularly here in America, throughout the 20th century. And, you know, in reading those books, there's such wonderful material there that everybody needs to know, but especially our young people need to know. They need to know about the battles fought, the hardships that were born in order to forge a movement for scriptural worship and remaining true to the Word of God. And in reading those books, I thought how great it would be to take the same history, the same kind of material, and to put that in a video format where you not only have the words, but you can incorporate audio and video and make it a visual and oral experience and make that history come to life even more. And I had the opportunity back in 2009, before he passed away, to sit down with Brother Clovis Cook one day and interview him. And this year, the Lord willing, as I travel about, I plan to visit with several of our oldest gospel preachers and let them reminisce about their history in the work of the kingdom, and even go back and give some of the history before of men, how the movement really got underway here in America. Brother Trott, Brother H.C. Harper, Brother King, Brother Homer A. Gay, and on down throughout the 20th century. And we have some men who thankfully are still with us who have a great amount of knowledge of those things and want to sit down and interview them. And we really intend for this to be a very professionally done documentary, and a very engaging and compelling documentary on the history of the church, particularly throughout the 20th century. Now here's where you perhaps can help. If you have old photographs, old recordings, and by recordings I especially mean old reel-to-reel recordings before cassette tape came along. If you have old reel-to-reel recordings maybe stuck up in an attic somewhere, in a shoebox, in a storage room or storage building that might contain sermons, singing, but sermons would be great of men such as Brother Homer King, Brother Homer Gay, Fred Kerbo, maybe Irvin Waters back in the day, and a number of those older preachers who forged the way so many years ago. Those things would be treasures for our younger people to hear, and would be a delight for many of our older people to be able to go back and listen to and reminisce. And we'd like to be able to incorporate clips of those things into this video. Also, maybe you have old film captured at maybe a sulfur meeting back in the 1950s or 60s with some faces long since gone. We would love to be able to take and digitize that and use that in this documentary that, Lord willing, we plan to put together. Old photographs, rare photographs that maybe most people haven't seen. And Lord willing, I'll be traveling around the country this year in gospel meetings, and if you have things that you think might be of interest to this, now I'm not looking for pictures from a young people's meeting in 1990. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you have things that go way, way back in the history of our brotherhood here in America that as I've described this project, you think might be applicable to that, I would love to get with you. And as I travel around, if you will let me know ahead of time, I'll make arrangements to meet with you and bring what I need to bring in order to get that and digitize that. And we will guard it with our life and take very good care of it, and hopefully may be able to do it right there when I'm in your area. But we would love to get a hold of some of that material and use in this documentary. And as it takes shape, we'll let you know more about it as the months go by. But this is the year, Lord willing, we really want to get going on this. And if you can help, I would love to hear from you. Surely out there in an attic, in a storage building, in a box under a bed somewhere, there are some old films, some old reel-to-reels, some old photographs that would just be a treasure to this kind of project. This history needs to be preserved, and our young people need to have an appreciation for what went in to forging the movement that we now are a part of in holding forth the word of life, contending for the faith once delivered unto the saints. So let me know if you'd like to be a part of that or if you can help, and we'll go from there. But anyway, thanks again for your interest, those of you who've reached out and made encouraging comments or inquired about Let the Bible Speak. And if you'd like to go and see what we're doing here on the air each week, you can check out our website, letthebiblespeak.tv, or go to our YouTube channel, LTBS TV, and watch some of those broadcasts, and you can see what David and I have been busy doing each week here for the last year or so. Anyway, hope you have a great evening, and God bless you.